स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हि या सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मन्नाथो श्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरुः श्रीजगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Let us spend few minutes in silence and meditation. Let us offer our salutations to the all-pervading blissful spirit in any name or form we like. Let us by all means try to feel the divine contact. బయట పెట్టుకో డిస్టర్బ్ చేయొద్దు. Absolute silence. Concentrate on the breathing process. Beyond the Annamaya Kosha, that is the body, beyond the Pranamaya Kosha, the energy in the body, the vital sheath. Behind that is the Manomaya Kosha, the mental sheath, followed by Vijnanamaya Kosha, then the Anandamaya Kosha. Beyond these 5 koshas, the sheaths, the coverings, is the Atman. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swayam Prakashaha. Think that I am not the Atman, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the Atman. The Atman illumines itself, Swayam Prakashaha. Nobody need illuminate. Let us send positive, peaceful, pure, strong, healthy thoughts to all people living in the east, west, north and south. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhave. Om asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amrutangamaya. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, from false to truth. O Lord, lead us from darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge. O Lord, lead us from death to immortality, from fear to fearlessness, from weakness to strength. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. First shloka of Atma Bodha. Please repeat. Tapo bhikshina papanam shantanam vitaraginam mumukshunam apekshoyam Atma bodho vidhiyate. Tapo bhikshina papanam Shantanam vitaraginam mumukshunam apekshoyam Atma bodho vidhiyate. I am composing the Atma Bodha or self-knowledge to serve the needs of those who have been purified through austerities, tapas, who are peaceful in heart, shantanam, free from cravings, vitaraginam, and who are desirous of liberation, mumukshunam. To such people, these teachings are valid, will have value. So be serious in this subject, be regular in this subject, and weekly once only you have to study the text and the meaning at least. Chant the shlokas, do some parayanam of Vedanta, spend little more time than usual in meditation and understanding what the Atman is, because so much of fear, so much of hesitation, so much of turbulence in the world outside, which is ever changing, constantly changing. And that is why this changing world will increase the fear in all of us. Fear of uncertainty, fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of oneself. Not just exam fear or some interview fear. That is very ordinary. Life itself is challenging. That is where he says Rajju Sarpanyaya in the 26th shloka. What is not real, man sees it as real and suffers. Rajju Sarpada Vatmanam Jivam Gnatva Bhayam Vahet. The Jiva, the embodied soul, thinks that it is the doer. The Ahankara will come in, and what is unreal, it will make it think as real. Just like an ignorant man sees a snake on a rope. But when will that fearlessness? Everything is bound by fear. Bhartrhari in his Niti Shataka writes, when there is health, there is fear of disease. When there is wealth, there is fear of somebody looting it. When there is name and fame, there is fear of somebody insulting. But there is one place where there is no fear. Vairagyameva bhayam. There is no fear in renunciation. Vairagyameva abhayam. Once you renounce, give up that bondage, give up holding on to that material, give up that obsession, then fear goes. Otherwise we suffer. So, that's why Vivekananda says, what is the cause of fear? Go to the root of the problem. The cause of fear is ignorance of our real nature. Fear is sin, fear is hell, fear is unrighteousness, fear is wrong life. And whatever we are doing is out of fear. Ignorance of our real nature. See the point there. And there he comes with the Rajju Sarpanyaya. What is your real nature? Each soul is potentially divine. Vedanta strongly advocates this. You are the Atman, you are the Atman. The student thinking that he is the spirit will become a better student. The lawyer thinking of himself as the spirit will become a better lawyer. A cobbler thinking himself as the spirit will become a better cobbler, and so on, he says. For every profession, everything. Be fearless. Tell this to everybody, have no fear. Tell to your body, I have no fear. Not just a imagination, not just a, just a mental thought. But it is the experience of fearlessness. Abhayam, abhayam, abhayam. And in that letters and the speeches he says, the only religion that ought to be taught is the religion of fearlessness, which Shankara has given beautifully. The only religion he is not worried about Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Godava. He says the only religion that ought to be taught is the religion of fearlessness. What a very special idea which Swamiji has given. Nobody dare give like that. A sannyasi, a Hindu monk is talking, a religion of fearlessness has to be spread in the society. People are dying out of fear. Why? Rajju Sarpa. When you think of a serpent itself is a fear. You see a video of a serpent here, your BP goes up. What about the real serpent? The python. So the whole thing is illusion. This world is creating fear, fear, fear. Be fear. Be full of fear. That is why people are running here and there, helter-skelter, and escaping from fear. They are not solving the fear. Atma Bodha makes them solve the fear. Self-knowledge. Atma Bodha. So perception of the duality, dvandva, gives rise to fear. And expectation, both of which are groundless. When something doesn't come, you are afraid. We don't accept that net result. So fear is a deep inner, what you call worm, psychosis. Be careful, be careful. Think of the Atman. When you give a torchlight to anybody, even when there is pitch darkness, you can go. You can see the path, you can see the stones, you can see the thorns and get out of it. You have got a torchlight. You have got knowledge. One who practices well these concepts will have no fear. He can be alone. He can be in a crowd. He has no fear. So the expectation of attaining something in the dual world, that is the prapancha, the expectation of gaining something in the dual world for happiness of the soul brings in its train disappointment and suffering. For duality itself is based on illusion. You are different, I am different, fear. There is no abiding satisfaction from the fulfillment of desires is ever possible. The realization of non-duality alone, mark that word, duality, non-duality, dvaita, advaita. The realization of non-duality alone brings peace and blessedness. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Balance is yoga, and yoga gives fearlessness. Yoga gives you the ability to go forward. Whether it's karma yoga, bhakti yoga, raj yoga, gnana yoga, ananya yoga, abhyasa yoga, buddhi yoga. Be fearless. First it is a, what you call, imagination. Imagination. Then it will become visualization after 6 months or 6 years. Depends on your consistency of practice. Visualization will take you to concentration. More and more weight will be there in the mind. You will never forget that thought. Concentration and concentration, more concentration will lead to meditation. That is the seventh step. Pratyahara, dharana, dhyana. Before that, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama are there. Then dhyana, deeper, cutting all the bonds, cutting all the duality will give you realization. That is the growth of Advaita. From imagination to realization. In between there will be this dvandva, there will be fear, there will be temptations, roadblocks, dryness, kleshas. Patanjali Maharshi says, klesha, unknown. Nidra is one klesha, he says. What is there tomorrow I can do? That is an obstacle in the mind. These are some of the enemies in the mind which hide in the corners of the subconscious mind. So you have to break those things, burn those things by tapas. Tapobihi, kshina papanam, shantanam, vitaraginam, mumukshunam. These qualities have to be acquired, not just read, with thought out. Then what will happen? The ego will reduce. The ignorance will get weakened. And we move forward towards the Atman. That's our journey. From Chidabhasa we go to the Chit. Chidabhasa is reflective consciousness. Chit is original consciousness. So we are worried and troubled by the reflections, not by the original. You are original, you are unique, you are special. You are born for a great purpose, to go back to the divine source. Adi Shankara says, Vivekananda says, everybody says. Continuing, 27th shloka. 27 says, please repeat. Those who have got that white paper, English printouts, can see Telugu book you have to purchase for your personal reading. This one, when you go back, give it to the volunteer or our staff so that others can use next Sunday. Atmavabhasayatyeko buddhyadinindriyanyapi deepo gatadivat svatma jadaisthairnavabhasyate Atmavabhasayatyeko buddhyadinindriyanyapi deepo gatadivat svatma jadaisthairnavabhasyate. So we are entering into the 27th shloka, which says, the mind, the sense organs, etc. are illumined by Atman alone, as a jar or a pot by a lamp. But these material objects cannot illumine their own self. Again, the examples of a pot, examples of light, example of the sun, again and again Shankara gives for us to remind. You should not say, oh, he is telling 100 times. Sri Ramakrishna also was asked, why are you telling the same story 100 times? Sri Ramakrishna scolded that fellow. I will tell 1,000 times. What is it to you? That is the reminder. We forget. We neglect. That's why acharyas, they don't leave so easily. They will hold you by the hand and take you to realization. Repeatedly they will tell. Same example you will get in 100 places. Same story of Sri Ramakrishna you will get in 500 places in the Katha Gospel. Why? Different occasions, different people. So we continuously get tuned by that. Atmava bhasayatyekaha. Ekaha Atma. One only. There are no two Atmas. Your Atma is different, my Atma is different, that's only in Prapancha. But all are Eka Atma only. What does that Eka Atma do? Avabhasati. Buddhyadin Indriyanepi. The mind, Buddhi, Indriyani, the senses, all these are illumined by whom? Eka Atma. By Atman alone. One electricity illumines all the street lights, all these lights everywhere. Your house, my ashrama light, everybody go, so many lights everywhere, electricity only. There is no Domalguda electricity, there is no Bovinipalli electricity. It's one electricity only. Simply for government's sake, Telangana electricity, Karnataka electricity, just borders, that's same electricity. Vidyut Sanchar. That one electricity illumines all the indriyas inside out. Inside out. Not the other way. Second sentence you see. Deepo gatadivat swatma. Alone, just as a jar or a pot by a lamp. You are able to see this glass, you are able to see the book, you are able to see me, I am able to see you by the lamp. By the oil lamp or by the electric lamp. That is illumining all this. If that is not there, I will not see this. So if the Atma is not there, I will not see anything. Why it is the other way? These material objects, whether it's a gatha, whether it's a pata, whether it's a table, these are all jada vastu. They don't illumine by themselves. Our body has no illumination by itself. It depends on the energy in the body. The energy depends on the mind. The mind depends on the buddhi. The buddhi depends on the Atma. A little more understanding. Street lamp is unmoved. Somebody will read Bhagavad Gita. Somebody will do some other thing under it. But it is not acting. It is just there. It is unperturbed. It is only a witness. It just remains. Street lamps. Somebody may forge a check under a street lamp. Somebody read their exam textbook under a street lamp. Street lamp is street lamp. It gives light. What all happens under its light? Nothing happens to it. It just gives the light. Or another example is given, the postman who comes to your house, who delivers a cover, a small cover or a big cover, a parcel. He is not bothered what is inside it. His duty is to come and give that letter. So the tube light can illuminate everything, but it cannot illumine itself. Can we bring another tube light and show and tell this is tube light? Tube light is tube light. It illumines itself. And this tube light that we are able to see other things, it cannot illuminate electricity. It is being illuminated by electricity. Otherwise, after electricity switches off, it becomes a jada vastu. For the time being, for 1 hour, it is giving proof that electricity is there now. So similarly, our life. How? The self in us, the Atma in us, is the one illuminating factor of everything in this universe. In one sentence, Sri Ramakrishna has given, the world is conscious because of the consciousness of God. For him, God was Mother Kali, Bhavatarini, Mother, Mother, Mother. Because the Mother, we are all there. So the list goes on, whether it's electricity, whether it is the tube light, whether it is street light, whether it's a postman, any example you give, they are unperturbed. And what is this self? Pure awareness. Shuddha Chaitanya. What is the Atman? Shuddha Chaitanya. That illumines everything. It comes later in the Kena Upanishad also, I will refer to that. It's a very important source of knowledge for us to overcome duality, overcome fear, overcome doubts. Everything is very clear in this. So the self in us is the one illuminating factor, which is Shuddha Chaitanya, pure awareness. Chaitanya means consciousness, Jagrata Avastha, which alone illumines both the good and the bad in us all the time. It's a bad mood, a good mood, a bad thought, a good thought. I'm able to feel all this because of Shuddha Chaitanya. So the self is one power on account of which all physical activities, all the intellectual activities, all the stimulations, all the drama that is going on in everyday life, they become living to us. They become clear to us, vivid to us, spashtata. There's no doubt when I'm seeing you, when you are seeing me. All because of the Shuddha Chaitanya inside. So the matter in the world is always changing, you see. People are changing, their moods are changing, their desires are changing, mind is always changing. What is permanent in this world? Nothing is permanent, only change is permanent. The whole world is changing every second. But that they're going around that Atman. The sun remains, all the planets are going around the sun. It is the drawing force. So the matter in the world keeps stimulation, keeps changing. The matter is full of varieties. Go to the shops, go to the malls, go to the bazaars, how many varieties of things. What is there yesterday is not there tomorrow, and it goes on like that. But one spirit does not change. Ekameva advitiyam Brahma. Then continuing, none of these jadavasthus, clarity in the shloka, the mind, the sense organs are illuminated by Atman alone. Eko hi Atma, as a jar or a pot by a lamp. That is the example there. Next, these material objects cannot illumine their own self. None of these can illuminate consciousness itself. Why? Swayam Prakashaha. Just like in the material or bhautika prapancham, the objects or things are not self-illumined. Is the glass illumining itself? No. Is this mic stand illumining itself? No. Is the body illumining itself? No. Is this table illumining itself? No. We are all able to see this, use this, and involve ourselves is because of the Atma. You forget that, you are in materialism. The Indriyas, how many Indriyas are there? Dasha Indriyas. 5 Karma Indriyas, 5 Gnana Indriyas. These Indriyas and the Manas, which is a storehouse of thoughts, and the limbs of the body, whether the hands or the legs or the trunk or anything, they do not need any external light. The inner light of the Atman, which is always Swayam Prakashaha, is sufficient. When this light is gone, when it is all dark here, can two bodies illumine themselves? No. I am able to see your body, you are able to see my body because of the tube light. Because of that external light, that's all. So what is Shankara telling here? The Indriyas, the Manas and the limbs of the body do not need any external light. When you wake up in the morning, it is your own light. Even when it is dark outside, you can feel your body because of the Atma. Atma Gnanam. The power of the Atman works on the body. And going deeper, the Atma cannot be an object. You cannot know the object. You can only experience the object. And which Anatma can become the subject? If Atma is the object, how can this inert matter tell me that it is the Atman? One is the object, another is the subject. Atma cannot be the object. It is only the subject. All these three, what are the three? Whether it's the mind, whether it's the world, prapancha, or whether it's the physical body. We are involved with all these three, is it not, day after day? We are dealing with the world, we are dealing with our mind, we are dealing with the body. All these three won't work because they are inert, they are jada. If you say there is no Atma, then when we say dead body or he passed away, everything is there, why doesn't it go? Then the ghost has to enter into it. It is inert. It can be a Japanese tube light, it can be an Indian tube light, it can be of any company, any world. It cannot if the electricity is not there. Even in a mobile it doesn't work if the battery is not there. Let it be Samsung, let it be Nokia, let it be any other internet iPhone. You have 10 phones. Why only iPhone? It doesn't work because the energy is not there. Atma is not there. So the jada anatma, like the pot, like this tumbler, like the bench, the jada anatma, cannot know the chetana atma. Mark the words, Vedantic words, jada anatma, chetana atma. ఇవన్నీ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. Then who will know the knower of everything? Who will know the knower of everything? Keno Upanishad comes here into our rescue. Who will know the knower? The first shloka of Keno Upanishad says, Keno Upanishad means Kena, from the first word the Upanishad name has been given. Keneshitam padati preshitam manah, Kena prana pratamah praiti yuktaha, Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti, chakshusrotra kavudevo yunaktihi. These are questions which were asked by the Shishyas in the Gurukulas. Keneshitam padati preshitam mana. What does it say? Willed by whom does the directed mind go towards the object? Directed mind goes towards the object of this tumbler, of this glass. Mind has gone, taken the form, and again it gives me a signal that it is the tumbler, it is not a flask. Being directed by whom does the vital force, that is the prana, Kena pranaha pratamam praiti yuktaha. Being directed by whom does the vital force that precedes all proceed towards its duty? Who is making it go in and go out? Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. What is that force? Next question is asking, Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti. By whom is the speech willed that people utter? Vak. How am I able to read and speak? How are you able to listen? Who is the effulgent being? Who directs the eyes and the ears? See how deeply they went in search of truth. These are the questions. Upanishad starts with that question and the answers come in the next shlokas. The second shloka of the Kena Upanishad says, Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Manoyad Vachoha Vacham Sau Pranasya Pranaha Chakshus Chakshur Iti Muchyah Dhiraha Pretyasman Lokad Amrita Bhavanti. Answer comes from the rishis, from the great sages. Since he means that Atma is the ear of the ear. Shrotrasya Shrotram. Paradox, is it not? Ear of the ear. Manaso Manoyat. The mind of the mind. The speech of speech. Vachohi Vachaha. That's how you dissect. Little by little, little by little, little by little, to find out the truth in that. Therefore, the intelligent men, after giving up self-identification with the senses, tyagaha, vairagya, and renouncing this world, become immortal. Amrita bhavati. They become immortal. One by one they give up. And they get the truth which is called Amritatvam. The third shloka of the first chapter, it says, Na tatra chakshur gacchati, na va gacchati no manah, na vidmo na vijanimo, yataitad anushishyat. Meaning is, the I does not go there. The I does not go there. The speech, nor the mind, na tatra chakshur gacchati, na va gacchati no manaha. These are all jada. Na vidmo, na vijanimo, yataitad anushishyat. Hence we are not aware of any process of instructing about it. Anyadeva tad viditat atho aviditat adhi. Iti shushruma purvesham yenastad vyachachakshire. Meaning is, that Brahman is surely different from the known. Now you see this shloka, Shankara shloka, known and unknown, the knower and the known, the object and the subject. These are all technical Vedantic presentations to understand the Atma. Same idea comes here. Anya devaha tad viditat ataha aviditat adhi iti shushruma purvesham yenastad vyachachakshire. That Brahman is surely different from the known. What is known? The glass is known, the mic is known, the world is known, the objective world I know driving, I know this, I know that. These objects. Brahman is different from all these. It is above the unknown. Such was the utterance we heard of the ancient teachers who explained it to us. The great teachers heard these truths. That is why Upanishads are called Shruti Pramana, the proof of listening. They heard it. The mantras were heard by them in deep meditation. That which is not uttered by speech, by which speech is revealed. Say the truth there. Yad vacha anabhyudaditam yena vag abhyudyate tadeva brahmatvam viddhi nedam yadidam upasate. That speech, that which is not uttered by speech, that by which speech is revealed, know that alone to be Brahman and not what people worship as an object. The people are attracted, obsessed by the objects. No, that is not the truth. Continuing, he says in the 6th shloka, Yan manasa na manute yenahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam viddhi nedam yadidam upasate. That which man does not comprehend with the mind, Shankara has used the word indriyas, manas, shariram, prapancham. They cannot reveal the Atma. Atma has to reveal by itself. That by which they say the mind is encompassed, Know that to be Brahman and not what people worship as an object. Yat chakshusha na pashyati, yena chakshumshi pashyati, tadeva brahmatvam viddhi, nedam yadidam upasate. One by one they are presenting to us. The mind, the speech, the ears, everything. Yat shotrena na shrunoti, yena shrotramidam shrutam, tadeva brahmatvam viddhi, nedam yadidam upasate. Now they are speaking about the hearingness, shrotram. That which man does not hear with the ear, that by which man knows this ear. Got the point here? That by which man does not hear with the ear, that by which man knows this ear, know that to be Brahman and not what people worship as an object. Yat pranena na praniti, yena pranaha praniyate, tadeva brahmatvam viddhi, nedidam yadidam upasate. Now they are coming to prana. The whole body, it is like dissection in medical college. This is Upanishad medical science. One by one they are dissecting and say, this is not, this is not, this is not. Then what it is? It is. It is. Beautiful presentation of the first chapter of Kena Upanishad. Then slowly it takes it inside. So, the Jada Anatma cannot know the Chetana Atma. Then who will know the knower? You cannot. It has to experience. It has to be experienced. Next point is, see, it means its supremacy. Whose supremacy? The Atman's supremacy lies only in the fact that it is only the light bulb of the human being. What is that supremacy? Not the Atma, the inertness. What is meant by inertness of the intellect? It means that its supremacy lies only in the fact that it is only the light bulb. It just helps us to work. These indriyas, manas, etc. Vyavaharika satta. It is not paramarthika satta. Satta means truth. In spite of it being supremacy in Vyavaharam, it cannot illuminate itself because it is part of the material creation and it is inert. Prakriti. Prakriti is Jada. The self will reveal itself because it is its nature. Swayam Prakasha is its nature. We'll just recite the next shloka for continuity's sake, because this shloka and 28th shloka, that is 27, 28, should be read immediately, because there is a continuation of the message. 28. Please see the papers or the book and repeat. Swabodhe nanya bodhecha bodha rupatayatmanah na deepasyanya deepecha yatha swatma prakashane swabodhe nanya bodhecha bodha rupatayatmanah na deepasyanya deepecha yatha swatma prakashane swabodhe na anya bodhecha. First sentence. Swabodhe na anya bodhecha. Split the words. Then what is the meaning? To know the self needs no other knowledge. Swabodhe na anya bodhecha. Na anya bodhecha. Other knowledge is not necessary for knowing the Atman. That is why Sri Ramakrishna swept away all these Komati Vidya. Technical vidya, all the science, grammar, nikalo usko. Ayanni naaku avasaramé ledhu. I want that knowledge only. One true knowledge. If I know that knowledge, every knowledge should I know. Can you teach me that? Ram Kumar was stunned. What is this fellow asking? Ram Kumar, his brother, said, I know everything. I don't know that one thing which you want. Then I will find it myself. So he became a scientist by himself, sitting in the small room in Dakshineshwar. That is why Swami says you can understand Veda Vedanta truths by reading Sri Ramakrishna's life. What was mentioned in the Upanishads, or the Gitas, or the Prakarana Granthas, or the Brahma Sutras, or everything, Sri Ramakrishna proved it without reading the scriptures. That is why we say Avatara Varishta. Acharyanam Mahacharya, Sri Ramakrishna. So this idea comes here. He does not want any other knowledge is useless to understand the Atman. That's why we have got some brilliant mathematicians, brilliant doctors, brilliant computer scientists as monks. See, that knowledge is just material knowledge. We want the highest realization. Many brahmacharis, many youngsters are joining, having known this truth. With the Vice Chancellor of our university, Vivekananda University, the brilliant scientists, technologists of IIT Kanpur, he just gave it next day. Just gave up. He is the Vice Chancellor of the university now. Highest knowledge they are going for. But they use this Vyavaharika Satta for seva of the society because Swamiji has told, serve. That's all. So, Shankara is telling here, Bodha Rupataya Atmanaha. Second, Bodha Rupataya Atmanaha. For one's own self, self means here Atma, capital S, is of the form of knowledge. It itself is knowledge. Why other knowledge is necessary? Bodha Rupataya Atmanaha. First sentence, Swabodhe na anyaha bodhechaha. Next sentence, Bodha Rupataya Atmanaha. Third sentence, Na Deepasya Anya Deepecha. Na Deepasya Anya Deepecha. A lighted lamp does not need another lamp to show that it is a lamp. It is illuminating by itself. It is very clear before me. One lamp is there, you bring another lamp to show this lamp. This also is lighted. Only the ignorant will do it. Yatha swatma prakashane. Last sentence. Yatha swatma prakashane, which means to make it visible as it illumines itself. We don't need any external support. So in the previous verse, that is sloka number 27, verse number 27, it is said, the Atma cannot be known. Atma cannot be known, he has said Shankara. And here he says, the Atma need not be known. See the difference there. Cannot be known, need not be known. It is knowledge itself. And how then what is the use of sadhana? What is the use of this class? What is the use of all these books and readings, etc.? To clear the mind, clean the mind. To clean the mind. To purify. Shuddha man, Shuddha Atma ek. Purify the mind, the pure Atma reflects itself. Neti Neti Marga next comes. Otherwise, what is the use? You cannot, you need not, then what is the use? Question will come to you. Doubt will come. All the sadhana that we have to do, tapas we have to do, japa dhyana we have to do to clear the mess, to clear the garbage. Then Atma reveals itself. It is like a door which is closed, a thick door, a heavy door, which is not allowing the light of the Atman to manifest. We are caught up in that cell, in the dungeon of darkness. of lust and greed and name, fame, etc. Attachments, obsessions, desires. I will do that, I will do this. No. That once the door opens, at least a little before I die, at least a little glimpse. Swami Yatishwani says, glimpse of the Atman. That itself is a big circus for us. And door is already heavy and we put lock also. That is our super speciality. No, I don't want the Atma, I want Anatma only. Why all this? So in the previous verse he says it cannot be known. Now he says it need not be known. See the meaning, full meaning here. 28. As a lighted lamp does not need another lamp to manifest its light, so Atman, being consciousness itself, does not need another instrument. Does not need another instrument of consciousness to illumine itself. More understanding of this shloka we'll take up in the next class. Be regular. That is my request. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.